You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, GH fans. So, Sonny Corinthos murdered Jagger Cates, as you know, but very few people in Port Charles know this. However, someone finds out, and it's someone who does not like Sonny and has a grudge against him, and then all heck is going to break loose. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and let's dive into who is going to get the John Cates killer scoop and use it to get payback on General Hospital. So right now, Carly Spencer figured out real quick that Sonny killed Jagger, even though he didn't say it outright. And that's why she gave him the alibi of banging on Tracy's bed, or as Lois phrased it, doing the boom boom in her room. Great dialogue. That made me laugh. And of course, Michael Corinthos knows because he walked up on Sonny literally holding the smoking gun. Jason Morgan knows because he melted that gun, put the murder weapon in a vat of acid. That was to help Sonny out. And of course, Diane Miller pretty much knows. She's just not going to say it out loud because she's an officer of the court and Sonny's lawyer. But let's be real. Carly, Michael, Jason, Diane, none of them would rat out Sonny Corinthos. None of them want revenge on him. And none of them like Jagger. They really don't care that he's dead. They thought he was abusing his power as a federal agent, which definitely he was. And I'm pretty sure Alexis Davis figures out this week, if she hasn't already, that Sonny was the shooter. But for a minute there, Alexis thought it was Christina, and that's why she threw the gun off the bridge. So let's be clear. Anna Devane, Max Scorpio, and Robert Scorpio all assume that Sonny shot Jagger, and they're looking for evidence to take him down for the crime. But other people's actions, some of them bizarre, are complicating the investigation. So, for instance, Chase and Dex are wondering if Alexis might have shot Cates because she ditched the gun, and they wonder if Anna shouldn't be looking closer at her. So Alexis has been brought in and questioned, has been let go for the night, but isn't off the hook. It definitely looks suspicious, and Alexis has no alibi. As for Christina, she also has no alibi, and Molly Lansing suspects that her sister shot Jagger and that Alexis is covering for her like she always does. And in the meantime, someone finds out what Sonny did. Someone who's not family or law enforcement, it sounds like, not family that he talks to anyway. From the GH official Fall Spoilers, a tidbit says, although Sonny covered his tracks with Jason's help about this shooting, his dangerous secret falls into someone's hands soon. The spoiler reveals that this info about Sonny's guilt falls into the lap of a, quote, person of interest who uses it as ammunition to finally get revenge on Sonny. So there's a couple of phrases in there to think about. The first thing is person of interest. In case you don't know that phrase, if you don't watch a lot of cop shows, when it comes to a crime and investigators, a person of interest is someone who is being watched or questioned as part of an investigation. So that could mean it's somebody the PCPD is talking to, not necessarily a suspect, although it could mean that. And then when they say finally gets revenge, to me, that sounds like this is someone with a long-standing grudge against Sonny. Not something new, something long-standing. So in terms of who the PCPD suspects as the shooter, and that also has a grudge against Sonny, it's kind of a small circle of overlap. If you're making a Venn diagram, one circle of suspects, one circle of people that dislike Sonny, and then where they overlap, that's where this spoiler lies between. Alexis was questioned, and Christina is going to be questioned about Cates too, I'm sure. And no doubt Carly is probably called in to verify Sonny's alibi, make an official statement, and Jason will probably be further questioned, although he's about to go try and find Lucky. But none of these people want revenge on Sonny. So Instead, it might be easier to think about who in Port Charles does want revenge on him. First, you have to immediately think of his half-brother, Ric Lansing. And also we have Scotty Baldwin, who has hated Sonny for a long time, although we've not seen Scotty since he tried to spirit that pharmacist out of town, but then Jason got to the guy first. Ava has a solid alibi, but she might want some payback for Sonny trying to take custody of Avery away from her. The top cops and the DA in Port Charles would all like to take Sonny down, but none of them are persons of interest, and Ava really shouldn't be questioned in this matter either. My best guess on who this is Ric Lansing. He and Sonny have never gotten along. It's been very bad at times, very violent at times between these men. Ric was so jealous of Sonny, and if you remember at one point, he kidnapped Carly when she was pregnant. And that's part of why she hates him so much. That went very badly. And, we already have Ric convincing Liz to go down to the police station with him to give that official statement that they saw Alexis tossing out what seemed to be a gun. And then she lied and said it was a phone, which it clearly was not. I don't know if Ric truly suspects Alexis of shooting Jagger or if he was just being petty because the two of them dislike each other so much. The only thing that Ric and Alexis agree on is that they both love their daughter, Molly. And of course, Molly and TJ do have a grudge against Sonny because they are blaming part of the baby's death on him because of Christina's actions and, how she got involved in. She didn't get involved willingly, but she got subpoenaed as part of the thing. And TJ's been on about Sonny for a while, but I feel like TJ and Molly's issues with Sonny are newer. So I don't feel like the word finally, getting revenge really applies to them. So if you remember, Diane came to Sonny at his restaurant ranting that Ric and Liz made statements to the cops, and she said, Ric's might not hold up under scrutiny because he and Sonny have this long-running grudge and they dislike each other. But she said the statement from Liz is pure gold because she has a good reputation and what she said can't be dismissed, and she has no personal grudge against Sonny. So after Diane told him, Sonny tasked some random thug to watch Ric's hotel room and let him know their movements. If Sonny comes and confronts Ric and tries to leverage him into withdrawing his statement and tells him to make Liz withdraw hers too, that would only make Ric more suspicious and could lead to him finding out the secret, could lead him into digging in and following up leads. Molly is certain that Christina did this because she said she's happy Cates is dead and said Ava needs to die next. And Molly doesn't want Alexis to go down for what she suspects is a murder that Christina did. She was at the baby's grave when Jagger was killed, but there's nobody that can corroborate that, so she really doesn't have a good alibi. If Valentine was around, he might be a person of interest since he's been targeting Sonny for more than a year because he was causing problems for Pikeman. I mean, it's hard to imagine anybody else who would use that info for revenge. Tracy Quartermain is 100% convinced, and rightly so, that Sonny shot the FBI guy, and she has disliked Sonny for a long time. She wants his investment out of deception. She's trying to invoke the morals clause to get rid of him and get rid of Natalia. We'll see how that goes. So more false spoilers say that Ric sticks around for a while because of a very important reason. So reason one could be revenge on Sonny and him digging up this, murder info. Or reason two, Ric could just be trying to rekindle things with his ex Liz Weber, which definitely seems like something that is happening. Also, if you remember, Ric just agreed to take on Ava's case, the one where she's accused of pushing Christina out the window and killing the baby. Molly doesn't think it's Ava's fault. Christina keeps saying Ava pushed her. The truth lies in between. The photos do not show, Ava pushing her. They show her with a hand on her arm, but to push her, it would have had to been, Christina facing the window, Ava shoving. Basically, and I know everybody here disagrees, I've seen it in the comments, this was a tragic accident that shouldn't have happened after a long sequence of messy events that pushed it to that point, including Ava messing with Sonny's meds more, just a lot of stuff that led to that. And it was just a terrible accident. So if it's not Ric that gets the info and comes for Sonny, my next best guess would be Ava, but she's not a potential suspect. She and Jason are each other's alibi, so I don't really think she fits the person of interest thing. However, I actually don't know if that spoiler and the phrase person of interest is to be relied on. Sometimes they write spoilers in a way that is inaccurate, sometimes downright wrong. Sometimes they don't even happen or don't happen on the day they said. So I don't know if they have an intern over there writing spoilers, but Ava might be questioned about what she knows about Jagger and Sonny's mutual dislike and anything Jagger or Sonny might have said to her that could help them crack the case. So in that way, she might be made to fit the spoiler as a person of interest. So what do you think? Is it going to be Ric who finds out Sonny shot Jagger and uses that info to get revenge served ice cold? Or could it be Ava using it to try and get the charges dropped and get this custody fight out of the courts? My personal hope is that it is Ric. We'll see. Drop your comments and let me know who you hope it is. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely come back soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, talking General Hospital 7 days a week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.